Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Big up to everyone locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV as always, and welcome to your daily transfer update. First things first, guys, make sure you smash a like on both streams and make sure you subscribe to both channels. And guys, at 5k subscribers, there will be another giveaway, a Chelsea training shirt from the current season range will be available for you to win once we hit 5k subscribers, like the one I was wearing last night and have been wearing in some of the streams and videos. So the quicker we get to 5k on my channel, the quicker you've got a chance of getting your hands on one of those. So make sure you are subscribed, guys. And today, Chelsea have signed the player from Brighton. No, it's not Moises Caicedo, but it is Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper. A £25 million deal agreed with Brighton for the goalkeeper, who will have his medical imminently, signing a long-term contract, 20 million fixed fee with 5 million in add-ons. Michael Olise's release clause has been confirmed. There was some doubt as to whether it was still valid or not. That £35 million release clause has since been confirmed by The Athletic and is valid, with Chelsea and Manchester City showing big interest in the French attacking midfielder. Mauricio Pochettino unsure on Dusan Vlahovic as the Vlahovic-Lukaku swap deal saga rumbles on, and sources are suggesting that Chelsea's desperation to sign Caicedo will lead them to pay close to the £100 million asking fee. We've also got news that the club are in for a windfall after Livramento's move from Southampton to Newcastle. The profit suggested close to £15 million. So, yeah, there's lots to get into as always. Plus, the club ending pre-season unbeaten for the first time since 2011 with a 1-1 draw against Borussia Dortmund last night. Christopher Nkunku injury scale, bring you the latest on that and the people that impressed and didn't impress as we head into the final 10 days before the season begins. So, as always, people, there is plenty of stuff to get into. So, make sure you get involved in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from, guys, and let's dive straight into it and say hello to a few people. Saw a notification about we signed someone from Brighton, got excited, but no, bloody goalkeeper. Yeah, mate, the Caicedo thing I think is maybe creeping a little bit closer, but at the same time, there's not really much of an update either on that one. Let's just hope it gets done. Shavindra, big up my guy. Yeah, all going well. Yes, bro. Yeah, mate, we do. For me, Olise and Caicedo would be great. I'm still jury out on the Caicedo, on the Vlahovic Lukaku swap deal. Look, I'm a little bit in an iron about that one. Yes, right, big up my G. Hope you're good. Fitty edits, hello mate. Jackson edits, yeah, bro, I hear you. Yes, big up G. What are you saying? What we got here? Why didn't we add those 20 mil to the Caicedo deal? Well, I think they're totally independent of each other. But I think there's a possibility, though, people, that we could have a situation. Obviously, Brighton Independiente are due a decent sell-on fee for when Moises Caicedo does eventually leave Brighton. So I think by paying £25 million for Robert Sanchez, that negates the money that would be going to Independiente as the sell-on clause for Caicedo. So maybe we can potentially get it for around £90 million. But yeah, no real Caicedo update, people. Yes, Lobo, big up, mate. Yeah, I hope so. Yes, guys, smash the likes. We're aiming for 100 likes again, as we always do, people. So let's run these likes up, guys. We know the drill. Caicedo coming, yes. No, bro, that's dead and buried, mate. There's no future, mate. No future at all. It's a bit like I was trying to think of a little example there. I can't think of an example now. I was going to say something funny, but it's gone. No, absolutely no future at all whatsoever. Yes, Bryanson93, big up. Chelsea till I die. I hope you're doing well. Do anything to get rid of Lukaku. Yeah, no, I hear that. Olise is out injured until October. Well, again, I'm not sure if those reports are 100% confirmed that he is out till then or not. I think £20 million is a good deal, to be honest. 5 million add-ons. Yeah, no, look, we're going to dive into the Sanchez stuff for sure. But I actually don't think it's as bad a deal as I've seen people making it out to be. I really don't think it's that bad a deal. I don't know why some people are acting like it's a horrendous deal. So let's wait and see, of course. But I don't think it's that bad. Dexter, big up. Michael, hope you're well. Do you think the Caicedo deal will be more comfortable to negotiate? No, I don't really think they got too much of a bearing on each other, to be honest. The Sanchez deal was always going to be easier to do because Brighton didn't want the player. They wanted rid of him. So that was always going to be a straightforward deal to do. Mate, I hope so. I hope so. Are you going to the mighty Luton away? Well, mate, I think it's like on New Year's Eve. So yeah, mate, if I can make it and there's a ticket available for me, I will be there, mate. I will be there, for sure, if I can be there. Just popped up. Brighton said they're keeping him this summer. No, again, there's a report from Simon Stoney, who's generally a United correspondent, saying that Brighton are not going to sell Moises Caicedo this summer. It's all smoke and mirrors, this Caicedo thing. It's briefing after briefing. Any Vlahovic updates? No. I think the final decision is going to rest with Mauricio Pochettino as to whether he wants Dusan Vlahovic and whether the deal is actually going to go any further at this point in time. Yes, phone in chat will be tomorrow, guys, 6:30 p.m. every Friday, like it always is. Your chance to phone in and have your say. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Brighton have now the money from Sanchez deal to give it to Caicedo's previous club. Yeah, as I was mentioning that, I think that is. Any update on the Nkunku injury? We're going to dive into that, but there's no real concrete updates. Yeah, Sanchez reasonably tall. Looks like the Caicedo deal is dead. No, I don't think so. I don't think the Caicedo deal is dead. I'm 100% confident we'll get Caicedo done before Tuesday. I mean, I don't know. We do need some developments, though. We do need some developments. Yeah, sell-on clause is a slightly odd one in the Sanchez deal. I would admit that. 85 plus 5, final offer, fair. Yes, Dippo, big up my guy. What else we got going on here? Put Gallagher in 90 million. Jacob, big up. Daniel, hope you're doing well. And more 5 pilot, hope you're also doing well. What else we got going on here? Sterling starting against Liverpool. Daisy, absolutely not. I hope not. I absolutely hope not, because he's been absolutely dreadful this pre-season. He's been shocking. Why did it have to be Nkunku that got injured? Like, Gallagher actually played really well last night. He was surprised me in the pivot, and he's actually played the most minutes in pre-season under Mauricio Pochettino. Get Tyler Adams. Forget about that Ninja Turtle. I think we should chuck that new DM Brighton wanted in the Caicedo deal. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's Mouse Pilot. So fucking hell. Yeah. Apologies, bro. Do you think we need to sign this? Do you think we need to sign Disassi? Yeah, I think we needed a centre back for sure. I don't know. Let's wait and see, guys. But do you think Sterling should be sold? Yeah, if only Saudi could come and save us. Yeah, but it's not as good news as you think, because the personal terms are easy to agree. It's down to the clubs agreeing a fee on the swap and whether Mauricio Pochettino actually wants Dusan Vlahovic, and that question remains very much unanswered. So yeah, Chalobah's, yeah, I think he probably is going to leave. I think so. But yeah, let's dive into this stuff then. Let's start with the goalkeeping situation at Chelsea, because it does set off a little bit of a domino effect, people. So obviously we had this news at lunchtime breaking, David Ornstein breaking the news, and then Fabrizio adding the numbers around the deal. So Chelsea have agreed a 20 million fixed fee for Robert Sanchez. It includes add-ons up to £25 million total package. Long-term deal verbally agreed with Sanchez, who always wanted to join Chelsea. The Caicedo talks, as I said, will continue in a separate deal, and Gaga Slonina will now leave on loan, as was reported earlier earlier in the window, that he will be joining Kaz Eupen, the Belgian Pro League side, on loan for the season. I believe that is still the case. So let's dive into the Sanchez deal then, people. So obviously I fully appreciate that we all wanted a new number one this summer. But again, according to Jacob Steinberg, as soon as it became clear that Chelsea couldn't sell Kepa due to his high wages, the idea of signing a number one like an Onana or a Mike Maignan was suddenly changed, because Chelsea don't want two goalkeepers at the club who are both on starter wages. That's very much clear. It's not because they can't afford it; they just don't want that situation. So I think now the plan is going to be for Sanchez to challenge Kepa. Kepa will start the season as the number one, and Sanchez will provide good competition for him. And I do believe that at some point next season, Robert Sanchez will potentially dispossess Kepa as the number one, and he will be the number one for part of next season. Then when we get to next summer, I think with Kepa 2 years left on the contract, he absolutely won't be offered a new deal, so we will look to sell him. The fact that Robert Sanchez has signed a long-term contract, though, does does. I don't mean it. I don't think it. I don't want to say it seems strange, but he was also available for loan. So Chelsea obviously see some sort of a future, a long-term future for Robert Sanchez at the club. Now, again, I personally feel that we're going to sell Kepa next summer with 2 years left on the deal, like it's been the case under this new ownership, unless you're going to stay, which I don't think Kepa's going to be offered a new deal, as I said. But then part of me also feels that, well, fuck, do Chelsea think that Robert Sanchez is going to be the undisputed number one moving forward, and we sign a number 2 goalkeeper? I don't really know. But in terms of Robert Sanchez, guys, look, I think there are some positives to this deal. Absolutely. I really do think there are some positives to this deal in terms of the fact he's 25, so he's got his best years ahead of him, particularly as a goalkeeper. They tend to be later developers. He's already proven he's a very good Premier League goalkeeper. He was the undisputed number 1 under Graham Potter, and he was one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Great with his feet, good shot stopper, Spanish international as well. And, you know, a relatively cheap fee as well, and a smart pickup. I do feel, given the circumstances. I think he's a good goalkeeper. Ben Roberts, the goalkeeping coach that came from Brighton along with Graham Potter's staff, is still at the club, and he was said to be the main driving force behind the deal. My only issue with that is I haven't got a problem with staff recommending players and all that sort of thing. But what happens if Ben Roberts leads? Then what happens? You know, it's like, does that mean that Sanchez is surplus to requirements, or does that mean that, you know, other people at the club don't like Sanchez as much? I don't really know. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But I actually don't think it's that bad of a signing, people. I think there's a lot of positives to it. Yes, the negative would be that we aren't getting a new number 1 goalkeeper that we desperately need to obviously compete for the big trophies. But at the same time, I think it's a good fee for a Premier League proven goalkeeper, for someone that can definitely improve a lot. And it's someone that's good now, but I think this environment at Chelsea could potentially give him the platform to become great, because there's a lot of potential there. The goalkeeping market, as we've established, is not the best this summer. That's absolutely clear. So I don't think his wages are going to be particularly high either. So I look at this deal and think there are certainly a lot of positives to it, people. I look at this deal with a lot of positives to the situation as well. So I don't look at it as a bad thing at all. It's not, as I said, it's not the exciting signing that we all wanted in goal. We wanted an Onana, we wanted a Maignan, we wanted like an undisputed number 1 top dog goalkeeper coming in. But in terms of where we're at in the market and what the club were looking to do, I think this actually does tick a lot of boxes. But people, what are you saying in the chat? What are you saying about this Robert Sanchez deal? £25 million total package, 25 years of age, Spanish international, as I said, Premier League proven. Yes, he was Brighton's 3rd choice last season because he fell out with De Zerbi for whatever reason. So yeah, guys, what are you saying in the chat about this Sanchez deal? Do you think it's good? It's good value for money at £25 million all in? What are your thoughts on him as a keeper? Do you like this deal? Let me know in the chat. Robert Sanchez, strengths, concentration, saving close range shots, shot stopping, weaknesses, long passing, discipline, saving long shots. Fair. What a waste of a position. Oh, I don't know if that's quite true. Chalobah hasn't done anything wrong and hasn't been trying to feed the club like some others have been. I'd keep him and Gallagher. Fair. Sanchez can't be the number 1 going forward. I also hear that. Good price. Mudryk on the left, some striker in the centre, and Chuck on the right wing in Nkunku. Fair. We need to sell Sterling ASAP. Yeah, we do. We need Saudi to come in for Sterling, 100%. Any more news for Christopher Nkunku? No, we're going to dive into that a little bit later on in a bit more detail. But straight up answer, there's not really any updates on Christopher Nkunku's injury, unfortunately, guys. I love Poch even more for saying no to Vlahovic. I've always said keep Gallagher. Yeah, no, look, I think there's a place for him in the squad for sure. Can't remember the last time Kepa came out for a cross. I do as well. What a joke. Why don't we use that money to buy Moses? This is not like this is what people need to realize, is that the money for signing other players isn't coming out of the Moises Caicedo fund, people. It's not like we've taken 20 million out of our Caicedo budget and chucked it towards Robert Sanchez. That's not how it works. Good player. Yep. I think Sanchez will challenge Kepa this season and will become 2nd goalkeeper next season because we'll be signing number 1. Yeah, no, I hear that. That's what I'm hoping we're going to do. But I also don't feel that we can rule out a potential Sanchez being number 1 and then number 2 comes in. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but that can't be fully ruled out either. Per now, I'm really worried if we're going to get Caicedo. Fair. Good goalkeeper, 20 mil bargain. Fair. Not interested in Sanchez at all, but rather money well spent. Money spent elsewhere in midfield. Yeah, no, look, this again, as I said, this is not coming out of the midfield budget. This is very much still, you know, part of the budget. We haven't taken 20 million from the Caicedo fund and allocated it elsewhere. We wanted one, we got one. I think he should have been sold for 20. Well, it is 20 and then 5 million in whatever those add-ons are. Absolutely. I don't think it's a bad deal. By the way, guys, 16 minutes in, already over 100 of you locked in on my channel. Run those likes up, people. 100 likes is the target. As always, we're at 44 right now. Keep smashing the like and let's get us more towards the 60, 70 mark and get us up to 100 likes, guys. We've done it every day for the last 2 weeks nearly now. So hover over that thumb button. Don't freeload the content, people. You've been warned. I'm watching you guys. So smash the thumb button, guys, and get the likes up. It helps spread the stream far and wide to more people. And as well, guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are tuned in now. There's a giveaway at 5K on my channel for a Chelsea training top from the new season range, which looks really nice, similar to one I've been wearing on streams recently. So make sure you smash the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. There's 290 of us locked in across all channels. There's definitely a few of you that aren't subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button. The quicker we get to that 5K, the quicker you've got your chance of getting your hands on a Chelsea training top of your choice, people. You want to sell Gallagher, but keep Sterling, but keep Gallagher. Yeah, but Sterling's been shocking. You know, Gallagher, I'm not advocating Gallagher to start every week. That absolutely shouldn't be the case. But what I am saying is that Gallagher can be a useful squad member for sure. Carlton, appreciate you tuning in every day, my brother. Thank you for your support. Good deal, cheap, low wages, home. That's another important thing that I forgot to mention, people. He also ticks one of the homegrown quota boxes as well, which you've obviously lost through Mason Mount. A homegrown space. So yeah, look, that's important, mate. I wish. Kepa has been solid. Not sure why both Arsenal and Chelsea want 2 good goalkeepers. Look at Man City, just Edison. I guess both teams are unsure and want to know soon. Potentially, yes. Olise instead of Sterling, as he can play as a winger and an attacking midfield player. Yep. I still don't know why we let Mendy go. Who's injured already? Gallagher is basically Mount. Fair. If Brighton keeps playing hardball, we might as well leave him and move on and get Adams. Is the Mbappe links real? No, absolutely not. Trust me, we've got the money. We do have the money. Why do people say the keeper is a good shot stopper? Yeah, Paul, I hear you, mate. I don't particularly like it when people do say that, and I've said it myself. It's like it's their job. So if they're not a good shot stopper, then it is a bit of a problem. It means they're pretty shit at their job. Then no, I do hear what you're saying on that one. I do hear it. But yeah, of course. What else is being said in the chat? Nkunku injured. No, I don't think it's that bad. There's no real updates on there yet. Sanchez is good. Ramsdale is not better than him. Again, it's hard to tell because obviously Sanchez has not played an awful lot last season. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I'd be happy if we don't get Moises Caicedo. I didn't say that. This family's Gallagher and Sterling should both be sold. Another one bites the dust. It's really an incredible move. Kepa really needs a competitor. Sanchez, goodbye. We can improve the player. Yeah, I hear you. Sterling, yes, but no one's going to buy him. Tino Livramento sale should help us pay for Caicedo. Yeah, well, again, 2 ways you can look at it. Is that extra 15 million towards a Caicedo fund, or it virtually pays for Sanchez in his entirety. So it depends what way you want to look at it, I guess. Chelsea learning a thing or two from making expensive signings. Yep. Do you know what, right? And nothing against an expensive signing. Sometimes you got to do it when you got to do it. But the fact that we don't seem to be regularly going for massively expensive signings is a big plus. I think it goes to show that we are learning a new direction that we're going in, that you don't have to spend massive fees to get decent players in. Yes, where's big up? Sanchez, decent price, decent age. He'll definitely play in the cup matches, and let's see if he dispossesses. 110 watching, already 50 likes so far. Yes, people, smash the likes and the subscribe button. Let's get it to 100 likes. We know the drill here. We know the drill. Do we another striker? Don't mind me asking. I don't know if we do need another striker or not. It's a tricky one. Pochettino said he's not against having another striker because of obviously Broja's fitness concerns as well. But let's wait and see what does happen. I think if an opportunity presents itself in the market, then Chelsea may well look to go for it. Mate, Josko Vardy has just been fully confirmed to Manchester City. Good signing for them. Good signing for them. Yep. What else was I looking at? So Chelsea are due at least 13 million and up to 15.5 million on the deal, which will see Livramento join Newcastle. So that's an official confirmation on the numbers. We spent 60 million on other players, and we should have used the money to buy Caicedo. Again, that it's not coming out of the Caicedo budget. The last time I watched Sanchez was against Chelsea. He's definitely a very nice backup to Kepa, maybe even worthy of starting. I hear you. I don't look. Tyler Adams, I think at 20 million quid is a good pickup for a rotation option. If we ended up with Enzo, Caicedo, Santos, and Adams as the backups, I don't think that's a complete disaster. Kepa's passing has improved, did well last night. Yeah, no, look, what I would say is he's absolutely nowhere near as bad as people make him out to be. But if we're going to compete for the big trophies, then we absolutely have to upgrade on him. There's no doubt about it. Good thing Livramento mostly paid for Sanchez. Yeah, he did. Rather sell Conagher for 50 million plus and for 50 million and buy Caicedo. Yeah, I just don't know if we're going to get a 50 million bid for Conor Gallagher. That's the thing. Gallagher should certainly stay over Sterling. Oh, yeah, if there's a choice between the two, then absolutely I agree. With Sanchez, what I would have done is said to Brighton, you want to offload this goalkeeper, give us Caicedo first and we'll take the keeper. Yeah, that was never going to work. You know, the Sanchez deal was an easy one to do because they wanted shot of him. It's as simple as that. They wanted rid of him. So it was always going to be an easy deal to do. We had the links yesterday and then bang, a day later, here we go, confirmed. Well, yeah, I hope so. No one buying Sterling on those wages. Not on the 300k a week wages. Absolutely not. Yes, Carlton, appreciate your support as always. What else have we got here? No, I don't. Crispy, I hear you. I don't get it either. Just wish we could stand on our own decision not to go beyond 80 million for Moises. I think we're going to have to. 80 million plus Santos. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, Stefan Ortega's not bad either. That is a fair point, Shaka. He's not a bad goalkeeper. Christopher Nkunku out for 2 months. No, he's not. Don't be spreading that sort of those sort of that sort of vitriol around the chat. I'm just gonna double check it. But I don't think there is any news stating that Nkunku is going to be out for 2 months. Otherwise, we really would be fully fucked. I don't think that is the case, though. But it's more scary last night as Sterling was trying hard, but still not able to pull a performance. Yeah, he was crap. Why not send Kepa to Saudi also? That's not going to happen. I don't understand why the fan base keeps criticising Gallagher. No, I hear you. No, he's not. News on Pice. Yeah, I've seen that the sell-on stuff. 2 months. No, that isn't true. I've looked. I'm glad we're not going to overpay for people who are not world class. Agreed. Would you look at Sula from Dortmund? We're not going to get another centre back because we signed Axel Disasi from Monaco, so that removes the need for that centre back option, people. So yeah, that removes the need for that, guys. But yeah. Let's move on. To cover Nkunku will play versus Liverpool. I hope so. What else have we got? What was the point in buying Leslie's for the future? I think Adams might. Let's have a look. I'm gonna search this Nkunku stuff because until I see it confirmed from other people from legit sources, then I'm not going to believe that until it's officially confirmed. Let me just have a quick look on the Nkunku hashtag on Twitter if anything is going. I don't think there is, but people saying it in the chat. I'm just looking. No, there's nothing saying anything about Nkunku being injured. All Pochettino said is the doctors are checking him, and I hope it's not a big issue. He fell in the action, which was maybe a penalty, and he felt something in his knee. Other than that, there's been no reports on it. What else are we saying? Malaga started an absolutely outstanding preseason. He did. Who are we getting? We've got Robert Sanchez. Let's not go over the top with the squad size. Doesn't work. Yeah, no, agreed on that. Fair. What do you think of Tyler Adams as backup? For 20 million quid, I don't think it's the end of the world. And you could certainly do a lot worse. There's no two ways about it. You could absolutely do a lot worse than that. Yep, Shavindra, thanks for being the hype man. 64 likes so far. We need to get these likes up to 100 as quickly as possible, guys. So as always, keep smashing that like button on both streams, people. What else have we got popping off here? What do you think of Gallagher's performance last night? Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good, mate. He impressed me, and he's played the most minutes in pre-season. Pochettino does clearly like him. No, I wouldn't. Sky Sports reports that Brighton expect Caicedo to remain at the club. Again, I think it's just all briefing. In my opinion, our next two signings have to be Caicedo and Adams. Fair. What else have we got going on here? There's so much stuff coming in. By the way, guys, if you want to guarantee, hopefully, I think Nkunku wears that. If you want to, mate, it was too late for me. It was 1:30 in the morning UK time, and yeah, I was too tired for that, mate. I was too tired for that. That's why I didn't do a watch along. Seems like we're going for Olise instead of Kudus. Yeah, potentially that could be the case. But yeah, guys, just to kind of round out this goalkeeping segment, we have got a decent signing in Robert Sanchez, who is going to do exactly what we want in terms of pushing Kepa and maybe dislodging him as the club's number one. And let's wait and see what happens on this one. It allows obviously Selena to now go out on loan. And yeah, I'm excited to see how Robert Sanchez does. So yeah, excited to get that news that Ornstein dagger released first and Fabrizio confirming the numbers. But yeah, it's not the here we go we wanted between Chelsea and Brighton, but hopefully that one is nearing ever closer, guys. But yeah, let's see how Robert Sanchez does. I'm going to get behind him and support him like I do every Chelsea player until they give me reason not to. So yeah, let's see how we get on with this one. Philip, hope you're doing well, my guy. Yes, people, we know what to do. The message is loud and clear, guys. We are smashing the likes and we are subscribing to both channels if we haven't done so already. Right, let's move away from this Robert Sanchez stuff. I mean, to be fair, having moved quite slowly in the market, we've now got Robert Sanchez, Disasi, and Ugo Chukwu all signed within the space of a week already. So let's see what the rest of the week has in store for us. Right, let's briefly move on to Moises Caicedo then, people, because what would a Chelsea transfer stream be without discussing Moises Caicedo? It's what we do. I think it's going to be one on these transfer streams that will be running on both channels until the end of the transfer window. So yeah, let's get into this Caicedo stuff, people. And well-placed source. This is according to Jacob Steinberg, whose article came out not too long ago. That well-placed sources have suggested Chelsea's desperation to sign Caicedo will lead them to pay close to £100 million. And I got no reason to disbelieve that at all, because I think we are desperate. But then you've got opposite briefs coming out saying that Brighton do not expect to sell the midfielder this summer. It's all a game of cat and mouse in the media, really, at this point in time. It really is a game of cat and mouse in the media. I think now that the Sanchez deal is done, let's hope that there's going to be a decent level of progression on this Moises Caicedo deal. I think that it's now very clear. We've got that £15 million roughly from the Livramento sell-on clause that can be added to the Moises Caicedo fund, and I think something like £85 million, maybe plus 10 in add-ons, or 90 plus 5, or whatever way round we want to do things, should be enough to get this done. It should be enough to get this done, but we do have to wait and see. We do have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, look, I think this will I think this will. I think this will eventually get done. Sorry, but I'm just worried now that Caicedo's not had the best pre-season with Brighton. It appears, and yeah, it's just he's not going to have much time to train with the squad at Chelsea, to get to know Pochettino's methods, to get to know his teammates. I just feel that if he doesn't come in soon, then we are going to be banging trouble in terms of his chemistry and how he's going to fit into the side against Liverpool. Look, I know that he is more than good enough to just slot straight into the team with very little training, but it is going to be putting him at a massive disadvantage. But yes, as H. Naku says, guys, subscribe and press the likes in both this and Charlie's channel. It helps out a lot. It certainly does. If we miss out on Caicedo, we could go back to Benfica and get Enzo's midfield mate, Florentino Luis or Gusto, mate. I mean, maybe. I think the alternatives that Chelsea have got on certainly two of the names on the list are Edson Alvarez and Tyler Adams. But to be honest, though, I wouldn't completely rule out Moises Caicedo and Tyler Adams coming in. Tyler Adams is an easy deal to do, a £20 million pickup, and you'd be very surprised if he didn't want to swap the Championship for Premier League football. You really would. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front. Sanchez very error prone at Brighton. I don't think he was. I mean, all goalkeepers have made mistakes. You have the likes of Casemiro playing at United. Chelsea needs an upgrade. Yeah, and this man right here on screen is our upgrade. So let's get it done. Ninu, thank you very much for the super chat and the donation. There's no message there, but greatly appreciated anyway. And guys, if you want to guarantee your message gets read out, then please do use the super chat function on either one of the channels, people. 90 plus 10 add-ons agreed. The plan B has already arrived. Ugochukwu and Santos until at least January. I'm not sure that is the case, but let's wait and see. If we can't get Caicedo, why not get Kimmich? Because Kimmich is not for sale. Do you think we're going to go and 90 million? Yeah, I think we can close a deal for around 90 million pounds, but this deal has got to be the last bid, and we have to get this done. Look, obviously I know the window runs until the start of September, but at the same time, you want to get this done before the season starts. We need him in before the season starts. There's no two ways about it, guys. We desperately need him in before the beginning of the season. So let's hope that we can do that. We need to start moving quickly now, people. Made him miss the entire pre-season just to waste his time. Have to hear the name every day. Yeah, we've been hearing this Caicedo name. We knew in January we wanted him, for fuck's sake. Don't forget Villa want Adams too, do they? I've not seen that. We need to pay 100 million, get it over and done with. Yep, 15 million from Southampton. I was not in the casino budget. 15 million from Southampton. That was nice. We have the money. Let's do it. Agreed. We don't care about Caicedo's fitness. We want him in the team. Yeah, we absolutely do. No way is it getting done. I still think it will. I think it will. I've got no idea, mate. Got no idea. Use that bonus Livramento cash. Exactly, DeFreezy. This is the one, mate. We just need to use that bonus cash. We spent too much money on other players. I'm not going to spend 100 million on Caicedo as well. I think we can. I think Chelsea should get Vlahovic. We're going to dive into that. But yeah, look, I feel that as a lot of you are saying in the chat, that 15 million or 13 to 15 million for what's his name? For Tino Livramento sell-on clause that we weren't really expecting to receive, or certainly not this summer, is gonna work well in our favour, and we can put all that cash towards Caicedo, and I think that extra 15 million that we weren't expecting should be enough to take the deal across the line. In my opinion, people, that should be enough to get this deal done, I feel. But again, no real updates as of yet. But each day that ticks by is a day closer to the season. It's also a day closer and more of an opportunity for other clubs to potentially get involved again. Reports saying that Chelsea aren't worried by the as of yet unidentified club that supposedly bid more than 80 million for Caicedo. The fact that Lavia is still on the market, Liverpool's had 2 rejected bids and they're weighing up what to do at this point in time. All options are still on the table. All options are still on the table. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Caicedo. But let's just hope, guys, that we don't have to keep talking about this saga for too much longer, because it is boring. Chelsea seem to love a transfer saga, whether it's Enzo Fernandez, whether it's Mason Mount, whether it's Lukaku, whether it's this Moises Caicedo thing. We seem to love to get involved in transfer sagas. But yeah, that realistically, guys, is the update on Moises Caicedo. There isn't too much more to say other than that, people. In terms of the potential alternatives, guys, you know, we've heard the names of Tyler Adams and we've heard the name Edson Alvarez as well. Romeo Lavia, as I just said, is still available despite Liverpool having 2 bids rejected. The player is set on a move to Anfield, but, you know, Joe Shields is a massive admirer on him, knows Lavia well, having found him at Manchester City, then taken him to Southampton. That still, I don't think that still can't be ruled out, him signing. So yeah, look, I don't know, guys. Let's wait and see on that front, people, because, you know, I think there's all options still on the table. Caicedo is very much still on the table. Lavia is still partly on the table. And then obviously these Edson Alvarez and Tyler Adams are other alternative options as well. It's interesting that the likes of Manu Kone and Kefram Turam aren't being mentioned either. Those were names that were mentioned quite prominently at the start of the window and now have kind of fizzled out as the window has progressed and gone on. So yeah, it is certainly an interesting one. That is for sure, guys. But yeah, what is for certain is that Chelsea desperately need to get this deal over the line. Look, I've got no doubts in my mind that Andre Santos is ready for the Premier League, but we can't be going in with Santos as the main choice, as the main choice in the pivot in midfield. We need him to be a backup, and Moises Caicedo desperately needs to come in. But guys, out of the other alternatives that have been mentioned, who would you prefer? I mean, out of Tyler Adams or Edson Alvarez, if you had to have one? Obviously, Edson Alvarez is probably more proven. Tyler Adams would be considerably cheaper than Edson Alvarez, maybe even half price. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts, guys? Would you rather have Edson Alvarez or Tyler Adams as another potential? There is a DiMarzio update. We're gonna have to translate this tweet. Okay, so it's a DiMarzio update saying that for the Lukaku Vlahovic swap deal, developments are expected in the next week, which could be decisive. We are going to dive into that, but yeah, guys, who would you rather, Adams or Alvarez? Let's see what we've got in the chat. What are you, man, saying in the chat? No mention of Onana. No, again, another one at Everton. No mention of him. He was mentioned earlier. We were interested in him in January as well, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be many links to his name anymore. Again, he was believed to cost around sort of 55 million pounds. Adams, top bins with neither, both. We've got to get a striker. I'm not sure we do need a striker, if we're being perfectly honest. Adams, yeah. Adams, Alvarez. So you think we're going to 95 million? Yeah, potentially. I think 90, 95 total package. Yeah. I think so. Bring back Mikel, might do. No, but we are going to dive into the preseason stuff a little bit later on in the show. Adams is injured. Yeah, Adams' injury record is not the best. Alvarez, Dutch league is weak. Fair. Neither. We're going to need someone. We are going to need someone. I've always rated Alvarez highly. Adams has a shocking injury list. Fair. Who's Adams? Tyler Adams at Leeds, the American midfielder. Had a very good World Cup. You know, so yeah, let's wait and see on that front. Alvarez is clear. Alvarez, Adams all day. I mean, Tchouaméni's not going to happen, but yeah, Tchouaméni could have happened, but we've got Thomas Tuchel and co to thank for that one, saying he's not ready, and we went for fucking Saul on loan instead. So we've got Tuchel to thank for the fact that we don't have Tchouaméni. In an alternative universe, guys, we could have had a midfield. We could have already had Declan Rice and Tchouaméni playing for the club, but such is life and the decisions that we made. We unfortunately don't have either of them, and they will be going to play for other teams, which is fantastic for us. What else have we got here? Edson Alvarez compared to Tyler Adams. Alvarez, Adams. Poch is going to assess Ugo first. I think Ugo's going to go on loan, but let's wait and see. Daka isn't bad either. What, Patson Daka? What's wrong with keeping Ugo Chukwu? Well, look, Santos will play, but he shouldn't be a first choice at this point in time, in my opinion. He's going to be a rotation option. What else have we got in the chat? Edson Alvarez. If you're happy with second best, expect second best. Yeah, no, we absolutely need Caicedo. I'm just kind of floating the idea out there, guys, to see what people are saying. Yeah, Frank Kessie going to Saudi. Al Ali, mate, 26 years of age, essentially retiring from football. Frank Kessie was a good midfielder. I bet he regrets leaving AC Milan now, having been balling for them when they won Serie A. Gone to Barcelona, hasn't really worked out. Frank Kessie was always linked with Spurs. And now it looks like it's going to Al Ali, and Saudi are continuing to move mad. Yeah, it would be great, but it's not going to happen. Just admit it, Enzo has work to do. Enzo was really good last season. Again, the spotlight will be on him again. Jackson will go to AFCON in January. Yeah, he will do. Again, and Nkunku can potentially play down the middle. Maybe we can even assess the striker situation in January as well, guys. So, no, I haven't heard anything about that. Again, there's an apparently unidentified Premier League club that has bid more than the 80 million for than we have for Caicedo. So let's wait and see what happens. What's happened to Caicedo? Nothing's happened to Caicedo. I just don't personally think he's ready for the first team and the Premier League this season. Again, a Premier League loan or a Serie A loan. Leicester are pushing hard for him. Enzo Maresca, the new manager there, Pep's assistant last season, is really keen on him. And I think a loan to a top championship club could be decent. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully we are. We're going to dive into that later as well. It's a tricky one. I think he's a talented boy, but I'm just not sure if he's right for what we're looking to do. I do rate him. I think he's got a decent goal scoring record. It is, yeah. It's just, unfortunately, it is just a tricky one, people. Kudus would be sick, agree. Or just stick to Santos if Brighton doesn't want to take it. Al Ali more likely to win a trophy than Spurs, agreed. Yeah, possibly. I wouldn't be against that. Liverpool won't pay more than 80. I wouldn't have thought so. If Vlahovic can stay healthy, he'd be amazing for us. Eze from Palace. Eze would be good. Mudryk touched last night and his pace. Yeah, Mudryk, I'm expecting big things this season. Ugachukwu has 2 years Liga under his belt for Rennes. That's not down to me. Again, they need to assess him. But I think the plan is for him to go on loan. But again, nothing can be ruled out or placed off the table at this point, guys. Enzo and Caicedo better together than Declan Rice and Tchouaméni. Maybe. Liverpool going to hijack Olise? No, I don't think. No, they won't. Redondo, yeah, again, a good player. Put him in, I say, with Santos rotation. Yeah, again, that's a possibility, Ryan. Could happen. Yep. When does this window close? It's like 2nd or 3rd of September. Osimhen's not going to happen. I don't think Patson Daka is that great. And Jonathan David, I don't think there's much interest in his signature either. I don't think we'll get Caicedo. Chelsea should step down and go for Alvarez, then Pochettino to build with him. Well, Skamaka, he's going to Inter Milan. We don't need Caicedo. He's overrated. Fair. I think the mystery club is bullshit. I don't know. It's a tricky one to work out. I mean, it could just be it could just be a briefing and a bit of a ploy to try and get Chelsea to pay more money, or it could legitimately be could be something. It is hard to tell. We know that a Saudi club has approached Brighton to express interest in Caicedo. I cannot see him at 21 years of age and a player of his ability going to the Saudi Pro League. So let's wait and see. But that is the latest on the midfield and the Moises Caicedo update, guys. 45 minutes in, people. Have we actually hit 100 likes yet on the channel? Oh, we're very close. 95 likes, guys. 5 more likes to smash. Make sure, guys, 121 of us locked in still. This is big numbers. Again, we've had a great week this week on the channel. So, yeah, please keep smashing the likes on the channel. Final 5 to get us to that 100 mark. And then any further likes are a big bonus. So let's knock these last 5 off, guys. Keep subscribing to Chelsea Fan TV and smashing the likes over there, guys. And keep helping me on my way to 5,000 subscribers, where there will be another giveaway, guys. A Chelsea training top from the Fire range that has been released ahead of this season. So if you're not subscribed, 392, almost 400 of us in here, please do get to subscribe. Hit the link in the chat if you haven't subscribed, or if you're watching on my channel and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. Every new subscriber helps, and let's go on this journey together, people. We've got the dual streams on here and Chelsea Fan TV until the transfer window closes, guys. What have we got here then? Let's move on to the Dusan Vlahovic and Romelu Lukaku swap deal. So we had from Damartio saying that that the developments for Lukaku Vlahovic are expected in the next week. That could be decisive. Let me just move for a few things in the chat and then we will dive into that in more detail. What's your lineup for Liverpool? As things stand right now, Kepa, Reece, Silva, Colwell, Chile, Enzo, Santos, Madueke, Nkunku, Mudryk, and Jackson would be my lineup. Chelsea, Liverpool 0-0 draw. I mean, there's been a lot of 0-0s, Chelsea and Liverpool, both last season, 2 in the cup final as well. There's not been a game and there's not been a goal in the Chelsea-Liverpool games for the last 4 meetings between the teams, including those 2 cup finals that I was referencing. I'm not sure it was ultimately that if he was good enough, to be honest, Doug. Why not pay 101 for Caicedo? I mean, we might do. Ivan Toney's going to cost 70 mil at least. Yeah, again, he could potentially get Adams and help him on the ball more and help him go forward with key passes and possession. Fair. Rennes are a top team. Yeah, Rennes are decent. They came top 4 in France last season. They're a hotbed for talent. They produce very good players. Camavinga, obviously, Ugochukwu could be the next one off the rank. They also had Ousmane Dembele as a youngster. They have also, who else have Rennes got that is decent? Jeremy Doku, the winger, who Manchester City are interested in, is there as well. Yeah, Saudi have got loads of players. Can you see Sanchez? Yeah, Tony, potentially I could see that happening. A definite possibility. No 2 ways about it. There is absolutely a possibility that could happen. No, I don't think Sanchez will start. No, I think the plan is for Kepa to be the number 1 to start the season. No 2 ways about it. What else have we got popping off here? If Lukaku doesn't get sold by the end of the window, yeah, look, to be honest, I think we could be in a situation where if Poch says no to Vlahovic and this swap deal falls through, then Lukaku's faced with a situation where there is no interest in him and he either rots at Chelsea in the reserves, which he won't want to do and the club won't want to allow to happen. So he might have no option but to take the Saudi move, go and play there for a couple of years, rebuild himself and his career, and then maybe have an opportunity to come back to England. Not to England, sorry, to come back to Europe. No, I don't think Caicedo is done. I really don't. It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. They are Champions League, yep. Look, I think it probably, if it is a legit mystery club, then it more than likely could be Manchester City. Lukaku won't stay. Euros coming up. This is exactly it, Mouse Pilot. Exactly it. But yeah, let's move into a bit more detail. So Damartio reporting that expectation is for in the developments in the next week, which could be decisive in this deal. But let's move into kind of what we do know at this point in time is that Mauricio Pochettino is not that keen on Dusan Vlahovic. So Mauricio Pochettino, again, as has been said by Steinberg and has been reported elsewhere, guys, is interested in a forward potentially if there's the right solution on the market. But it remains to be seen whether he is interested in Dusan Vlahovic. Chelsea have been pleasantly surprised by the impact Nicholas Jackson has made in attack during pre-season. Now, what I see here is that this is a deal that doesn't really suit anyone, if we're being perfectly honest, because Chelsea don't want Romelu Lukaku and there's no market for him. And Juventus don't particularly want Dusan Vlahovic and there's no market for him either. So we're kind of in a situation where we've got 2 teams that are desperate to get rid of 2 strikers of which there's no market for. And we are trying to make some sort of deal happen. Now, as I've said on streams before, guys, Chelsea were offered Dusan Vlahovic last month in July. And there's not really been any update as to why we said no. I think it's clear that Pochettino probably isn't that keen on him as a player, isn't his biggest fan. Look, I like Vlahovic more than most, but I just don't know if he fits into what Chelsea are looking to do. I'm fully aware that we need competition at the top end of the pitch. We need strength and quality and depth, which Vlahovic would provide. I also don't buy into the idea that, this would be bad for Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson has proven that he should be the number 1 to start this season. But at a big club like Chelsea, you have to expect them to be linked with top strikers every summer, and you have to expect competition for your place. So the competition is good. It pushes you on to perform better. It motivates you to do better because you know if you don't perform well, that you will lose your place to the guy behind you. And you can also learn stuff from each other as well. So this absolutely, if it does happen, would not be a bad thing for Nicholas Jackson. It should push him on to do more. And, at top club, you've got to expect competition, particularly with the African Cup of Nations coming up. You need different options at the top end of the pitch as well, depending on how things go. Not to say if Jackson, God forbid, were to pick up an injury of some sort, we're stuck with a massively unproven Amanda Broya who isn't fit. And then we've got Nkunku, who could potentially fill in there as well. But, I mean, I know a lot of you in the chat are obviously keen on this Vlahovic deal, but I just feel that we are... we just aren't good, and I just don't feel we're that invested in Dusan Vlahovic. I really don't, guys. I really think we're more invested in this deal because we see it potentially as the only way for us to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. I think this deal appeals to us more because of the fact it gets rid of Romelu Lukaku rather than the fact it enables us to get Dusan Vlahovic. I don't think there's any two ways about it, guys. That is 100% the case and is what is happening here. I really do believe that, people. Pochettino will have the final say, and I think he's probably going to put the boot on it, in my opinion. I really do think he's going to put the boot on it. I don't know where Lukaku is. They did, but Lukaku, PSG have now signed Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica, so he will be going there. I don't know where Lukaku is. Vlahovic is one-dimensional, poacher striker, put in the bin, fair. Bring in Harry Kane. It's not as simple as that. Tottenham would never sell Harry Kane to Chelsea. The only chance Chelsea have got of getting Harry Kane is if he stays at Tottenham, doesn't sign a new deal, and he leaves on a free next year. That represents our best opportunity, but even then, it's pretty slim. Would rather take a left winger from Juve. Chiesa. Poch will have the final say. I presume he's training at Cobham. I don't really know. Yeah, Jackson's looked very good. Lukaku wants to hit you with the silencer. Cannot blame Lukaku if this does not go through. He agreed terms. No one's blaming Lukaku if this doesn't go through. But yeah, he's obviously entirely to blame for being in this situation in the first place. I think Kudus going to Arsenal. Really want to see Kudus, but it isn't done. No, I don't think Kudus is going to Arsenal necessarily. No one is that keen. Jackson is picking this up on the fly. Ugachukwu loaned to Brighton, no buy option. I don't really want to be loaning to Brighton either, to be perfectly honest. Why do you not training? He needs to get fit so you can join. I think he is training. I just don't know where he is. I presume he's training at Cobham. I don't really know, to be perfectly honest, people. The difference is Vlahovic is a baller under the right system. Potentially, but is this going to be the right system for him? That's my point. Let's pay for Sterling to go. Why not? In my opinion, we have already saw what happened with Lukaku, and now swapping him for severely injury-prone Vlahovic is a heavy gamble. Yeah, look, all transfers are a gamble. I do agree this is a potential gamble, and it will come down to Pochettino. But again, what other strikers could we potentially be looking at? We know the club have got an interest in Eli Wahi, the young Montpellier striker. He scored 20 goals in Liga last season. I think he's really a better player than Amanda Broya currently at this point in time. So, yeah, guys, it's going to be an interesting one. I don't really know what we're going to do. In all honesty, it's like in terms of strikers on the market. I mean, Chelsea will be open to getting one. Eli Wahi seems like the most obvious one. We're going to get updates in the next week on whether this Dusan Vlahovic, Romelu Lukaku deal is going to happen. But ultimately, I'm really unsure on this one. Yes, the appealing side of it is we get rid of Lukaku, we get his wages off the books, and we get a striker that's 7 years younger with a good physical profile, a good goal scoring record, and credentials, and traits that would suit the Premier League well. But at the same time, does he fit the Chelsea system that we're looking to employ? Is he a Pochettino type of player? I don't particularly know the answers. I don't know the answers to that. Yes, Chelsea have highlighted concerns in and around his adductor muscles. So yeah, let's wait and see what does happen on that one. But the striker market is interesting. I think the emergence of Nicholas Jackson has massively made Chelsea reconsider whether they are going to go into the centre-forward market. Do I think we need another one? Potentially, yes, with Jackson going to the African Cup of Nations in January, with injuries, meaning with any potential injury, meaning that we would be down to kind of bare bones at centre-forward. I think we probably could do with another one. Dusan Vlahovic is certainly an intriguing option, no two ways about it. But Yeah, people, I just don't know, guys. I'm just really unsure on this, and we should get updates in the next week or so as to whether that does happen. But at the same time, it's going to be down to Pochettino, and I'm really not sure how keen on that move he really is, guys. I don't know how keen he is on the move. In all honesty, with Jackson looking so good, we should take the risk and just get Rom out. Predictions this season, I think we can't get back into the Champions League for me. We do not want him. No, I don't think Poch does want him. Breyer is still rehabbing. We could see if he could take over for when Nicholas Jackson leaves for the AFCON, potentially. Yeah, that is the proper Chelsea. That is the problem for sure. Who is the other Serbia striker in Serie A? I think he plays for Fiorentina. Oh, Luka Jovic. Lukaku will be outside the Diego Maradona Stadium in Naples waiting for Osimhen to leave. Look at the young fresh wingers around him and the service Vlahovic will get. Potentially, yes. Do you think if we get Sanchez, he'll replace Kepa? I think not to start with, but certainly has the potential to go and do that. No two ways about it. Adding more creativity is important than a striker. Potentially, yes. Why don't we go for a year loan for Mbappe? No, a year loan for Mbappe makes absolutely zero sense. I do agree on that, but at the same time, you need to create the chances to be able to finish them as well. But yeah, the Vlahovic one's interesting, guys. It looks like we're going to get an update in within the next week or so. But it does appear at this point in time the only sort of credible way to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. But also, I think it's fair to say as well that the club and Pochettino are not interested particularly in signing Dusan Vlahovic, because I think if Chelsea really wanted Vlahovic and there was a strong interest there, I know there is one board member or one director at the club who is a big fan of Dusan Vlahovic. The others aren't so keen, and most importantly, I don't think Pochettino is particularly keen either. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this one evolves in the next week or so. But yeah, it's quite telling that we said no to Dusan Vlahovic a few weeks ago. So I don't know how we're gonna get to a situation where we where that's the case. I'm really not. I'm not sure. It's got potential to happen, but I think Pochettino prefers different strikers, and the club can find an alternative profile, then they would be happy to do it. If we get Vlahovic, that rules us out. We're not going to get Osimhen in a year's time anyway, I wouldn't have thought. Vlahovic is a top striker and a similar player to Costa, strong and physical. We may well stay. Don't understand where the money was spent. This team went full PSG. If only Lukaku accepted the Inter offer. Well, I mean, Inter weren't giving us the money we wanted. Well, we had a year loan for Felix. Fans liked him and he played well straight away. Yeah, but the money is ridiculous for Mbappe, and it just doesn't make any sense. Why can't we get sending Sterling off to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. You need a strong and physical nine in the Prem. When since Drogba has been there, been a good one in Chelsea. Well, Costa was decent. Redondo is, I think, a young Uruguayan defensive midfield player. Did very well at the under-20s World Cup. Nope, because Namada, who was on a free transfer, has signed for Lazio today. Brighton released statements that Caicedo is staying. It's not a statement. It's some sort of briefing that given to the media. It's all smoke and mirrors and games at this point. So yeah, it's all smoke and games, and we'll have to wait and see how. If we don't do this deal, then how do we get rid of Lukaku? I think the situation is he will probably take the Saudi move. He will have to take the Saudi move because there'll be no other options on the table for him. With the Euros next summer, he wants to be playing football and he'll want to be picked for Belgium. So, yeah, there's no other options on the table, unfortunately, for Lukaku. So he may be forced to take the Saudi deal. But yeah, guys, that is the latest on the Dusan Vlahovic-Lukaku swap deal. Developments are expected in the next week. Chelsea are internally discussing Vlahovic again. One director does admire him. The rest are unsure, and Pochettino is believed not to be a fan. And I think that he will have a big say in this. And, you know, I back the manager, whatever decision he decides to make. If he decides that Vlahovic is right, fair. If he decides he's not right, then I also am on board with that as well. Nothing's happened to El Awahi. It's gone a little bit quiet on that. I think Chelsea there's a bit of a gap between Chelsea's offers and Montpellier's valuation. But I think Wahi still wants to move. And I think Chelsea are obviously still keen to sign Wahi. But yeah, it's slowed down a little bit. Small Costa did well for his size of aggression and fairness. Again, I think that's. I don't think that is true. I think that's been discredited by a number of people. No, Dennis Zakaria absolutely not on loan again. Do you think Sterling will be the main winger? No, absolutely not. He better not be. If he performs and he massively improves his level of performance from what we've seen, then yeah, sure. But right now, he's fourth choice behind Mudryk, behind Madueke, behind anyone else that comes in. What about a Juventus midfield player instead for a swap deal? Not going to happen. And there's not really any midfielders at Juve that I think I look at and think, oh yeah, I'd like him at Chelsea. Kudus went full silent since he had injury of Ajax. There's not been much news on Kudus. Yes, thank you very much, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I'll be here on Saturday. I'm going to game for you. Am I going to get... Saturday, there'll be a stream, maybe lunchtime, because I've got some plans in the afternoon, evening. And then Sunday will be here as well as usual. No, he won't. Is Nkunku injured? Yes, he's picked up a slight knock to his knee in the game last night. Yeah, no, he was. Costa was quite a physical presence. Yes, people, keep liking the video. If we've surpassed 100 likes, let's try and get this to 150 likes, guys. 113 likes, still 107 of you locked in. We've been here for over an hour so far, which is great numbers. So keep smashing the likes, and people keep subscribing to the channel as well. There's a giveaway at 5K. We are now less than 700 away. We have been growing pretty quickly, guys. So let's hope we can continue that growth and come on the journey with me. If you're not subscribed, guys, please click that subscribe button. If you're tuning in on my channel and not subscribed, just click it on the channel. If you're tuning in elsewhere and you haven't subscribed, click the link, guys, and please subscribe. There's 345 of you in here. There's definitely a decent chunk of you that probably haven't subscribed. So if you could please hit the link in the chat and subscribe, I would be greatly appreciative of it. We can grow together and go on this journey together as well. And there's a chance for you to win a Chelsea training top when we get to 5K, guys. Don't say I don't treat you, people. There'll be giveaways at regular milestones for the channel, people. So yeah, keep smashing the likes and keep subscribing to both channels, guys. But yeah, where was I, people? Yeah, the Dusan Vlahovic swap deal. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Is what serious? But yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that one. Anyway, let's move forward, people. What positions do you think we need to strengthen? We need to get Caicedo in, and we need a sort of a hybrid attacking midfielder / winger type. We need 2 more signings this summer, basically. Let's move on to then, guys, the latest on Michael Olise then. And let me have a quick look. Here it is. So the Athletic confirming this morning. The interest in Michael Olise from Chelsea and Manchester City has come early. But if it did crystallize into something more formal, it would be extremely difficult for him to turn it down. There was a release clause included in the original contracts that would permit Olise to speak to interested clubs if Palace received an offer that guaranteed them 35 million. The possibility of renegotiating that element of his contract and raising the buyout clause has been revisited over the course of his stint at the club. And in October, there were suggestions made to the Athletic that it had been removed. So that 35 million is there. I think this is a deal that we desperately need to pursue. I really like Olise. Look, he could definitely do with scoring more goals, but in terms of a creative threat and a profile and someone that knows the club, having been there as a youngster at Cobham, he's done very well for Crystal Palace. He was in the top 4 assist makers in the league last season. There is definite ability there, an ability to operate more as a number 10 and than a wide man, but can also play wide if needed. I think he'd be a great rotational option for Christopher Nkunku in that 10. And look, he's a very good player. He's Premier League proven. He's creative. And I don't think there's a lot not to like here. And for someone of his ability, his age, and his potential and his ceiling to grow as a player, I think this is a decent pickup for Chelsea if they can do it. The fact that Manchester City and Pep are looking at him as well goes to show what sort of a caliber of player he is. I don't believe it to be too serious, but we will obviously get into that in a little bit more detail a little bit later on, guys. But yeah, look, I like Olise, £35 million. There's nothing not to like. I do wonder if Chelsea are waiting to wrap up the Caicedo deal before moving for the likes of potentially Kudus or Olise. That's my thoughts. That's what I'm thinking, guys. That is what I'm thinking at this point in time. But ultimately, let's wait and see what happens on this one. But I think Olise is certainly a really good player. So yeah, I wouldn't be against him. I wouldn't be against Kudus either. I do feel that I do feel that, you know, either him or Kudus is a great signing. I feel that Kudus does fit the Pochettino system and Poch profile type of player a little bit more than Olise does. More versatile. The fact that he can play false nine as well. And yeah, Man City are looking at Doku, but they're also looking at Olise as well. So yeah, you know, I think Kudus probably is more versatile, probably fits Pochettino's system a bit better. Champions League experience as well. But yeah, look, Michael Olise is a very talented boy. Good player. Has come through the ranks at Chelsea as a youngster through Cobham. It's done well for the French and the 21 side as well. It's creative. I think he got 11 or 12 assists in the league last season. His goal scoring record isn't that good, and that is fair. But you know that can certainly improve, and he'd be predominantly brought in more for his creative side than his goal scoring. But if he can certainly work on his finishing and add something to that part of his game, then yeah, absolutely, we are looking like we are in a decent position on this one, people. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. But yeah, Olise, I think Chelsea need to accelerate their interest on this one. But guys, in the chat, who would you prefer, Olise or Mohamed Kudus? Because I think it's only going to be one. I can't see us getting two unless more players are shipped out. But I also don't envisage that particularly happening either. So guys, who would you prefer, Olise or Kudus? Let me know in the chat, guys. But yeah, the £35 million release clause is active. So, well, Ryan, who do you want instead if you don't want Kudus or Olise? Yeah. Look, Chelsea are considering putting a £20 million bid in for him. That's his relegation release clause. It would certainly be as a backup / rotational option. And I don't think it's that bad. They are true though. Kudus, fair. I feel like Olise has more potential. Fair enough. Both young players. Kudus, yeah. Look, I think there's definitely pluses to both. I'd be happy with either one of them for sure. I mean, the fact that Olise has done it in the Premier League does help, of course. But I mean, Kudus has done really well at Ajax, Champions League experience as well. Is a better goal scorer, more versatile, and I feel that he certainly fits Pochettino's style of play, maybe slightly better than Michael Olise does. But yeah, sure, no reason why we shouldn't be targeting either, and hopefully getting a move on with one or both of these deals if we can, because time is ticking, and yeah, we need one of these players in that. We need that sort of hybrid player. Excuse me, guys. We need that sort of hybrid player, attacking midfield, kind of right winger situation. People, that is what we're looking for, and that is exactly what we do need, guys. Kudus, Olise, Prem proven. Kudus leaves at AFCON in January with Jackson. That is also true. Adams has really good defensive stats. No, he does. Doku, fair. Olise, definitely. Kudus, please, now, and Olise later. I don't think we get both, but Yeah, Kudus. But yeah, let's wait and see. Could we get Poch to convert any of our centre backs? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe both for Sterling's had a shocking preseason. Yeah, no, I hear that, but yeah, there's not going to be. I don't see. I personally don't see the club getting both. But let's wait and see what happens. Who will replace Enzo if he gets injured? Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I think potentially we do need one more, guys. I think we might end up needing two. That is very true. It doesn't particularly seem to be an Enzo Fernandez replacement at this point in time. Maybe if Enzo were to get injured, maybe that means we slightly switch system and go with a three-man midfield instead, meaning that we can play some of the more attacking players as number 8s potentially as well if that is to materialise. I think Chalobah will be sold. No, there's been no news on Trev's injury, actually. There hasn't been any news on it. So, yeah, we're still waiting to hear on that one as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure Trev didn't play last night. So, yeah, let's see on that one. But, yeah, no news on Trev's injury and no real news on the Nkunku injury either. But, yeah, we do need to get a bit of a shift on. And we do desperately need to get Olise or Kudus through the door as quickly as possible, guys. As quickly as possible. That does need to happen. No two ways about it. It absolutely needs to happen as quickly as possible. So yeah, let's see what happens on that one. But yeah, just to confirm the little update there, that Olise, as the £35 million release clause is active. Chelsea and Man City both interested. So, yeah, let's see how this one pays out. And the same with Mohamed Kudus. Personal terms are believed to be agreed or very close to being agreed. Fee of around £40 million Ajax are wanting. So, yeah, let's wait and see what we've got planned for either of these signings. But I do feel that either of these signings will be coming. There'll be more news on these, I think, once the Caicedo deal's done. But I think we are looking at potentially 2, maybe 3 more players coming in. Caicedo needs to be a definite, one of Olise or Kudus, and then potentially Dusan Vlahovic as well. So we're looking at maybe 2 at tops 3 players. So, yeah, 2/3 players tops, I think, are still left to come in, guys. So let's wait and see what happens on that one. I just wanted to briefly round out people with a small discussion about pre-season last night. Obviously, we drew 1-1 against Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund have been pretty free scoring in pre-season, so that was good for our defence. It was a real positive for Levi Colwill. He was exceptional last night, apart from his finishing, where he definitely could have scored a couple of goals. But yeah, positives again. Poch perhaps giving us an insight into who he's going to pick as captain. Reece James and Thiago Silva both started last night, but it was in fact Reece James that wore the armband. Is that a little indication from Poch that he is going to be the captain for the season as we move forward? Who knows? But yeah, they were good. And it was good to see guys getting a chunk of decent videos for sure. A chunk of decent minutes as well. Players getting 60, 70, 80 minutes. And I wanted to see a lineup that was kind of going to replicate or as close to replicating the starting lineup for Liverpool. I think we got that pretty much with the back 5 and with the front line potentially as well, bar Sterling. Gallagher was good in the pivot, but again, I'll be surprised if he started in the pivot against Liverpool, because that's of course very, very different. No two ways about it. But I mean, in terms of decent performance, Mudryk looked good. He looked confident. He looked sharp. He looked quick. Jackson was good again. A handful. Good link-up play. Good hold-up play. He was another positive. Martin was good again when he came on. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it is good that we did well. Of course, we got a last-minute Mason Burstow header for a 1-1, but we actually created a lot of chances. We played really well. We weren't as sharp in the final third as we have been in the previous preseason games. But, you know, this Chelsea side keeps on looking fitter than their opponents every single game, which I think is a massive thing. And, you know, in terms of fitness, I feel like we look like we're potentially, you know, a week ahead of other teams, guys. I feel like we are. Like a week ahead, we look really fit, really sharp. That was a massive, massive thing. Last season, we were just unfit. We were looking gassed after half hour in games. So yeah, let's wait and see, people, what happens on that front, guys. But I thought we were there were real positives last night, and it's been a really positive pre-season campaign in which you scored plenty of goals. Players have impressed. Summer signings have impressed. Youngsters have done well, and we look fit, which is the biggest thing possible. The fact that we look fit, that is so important that we look fit, guys. It really is, because, you know, last season, you know, amongst all our problems, fitness was the biggest issue, one of the biggest issues that we had at the club, guys. It really was. So yeah, look, I'm excited for the season ahead. Players have proven themselves in pre-season. Yes, it's only pre-season, you can say that. We've played a decent level of opposition. 3 Premier League sides, all Premier League sides that we didn't beat any of them, home or away, last season. All teams that finished ahead of us. And we played a very good Borussia Dortmund side as well. So I think we did well. Carney was decent. He played well when he came on in that sort of number 8, number 10 position. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how we did, with how the preseason's gone. We've got 10 days now until Liverpool, roughly. Again, no friendlies are scheduled in, but I do feel that there's a possibility that we could get there could be a behind closed doors friendly against someone at Cobham, potentially, just to get a few more minutes of players that didn't get as many minutes in preseason, or players that didn't go on the tour, like Amanda Broya, for example. Chuff for the young lad in his first goal. Yep. Olise and Vlahovic, or Kudus and Jackson, or all 3. We won't get all 3. I think it'll just be Olise. I don't think the club will go for Vlahovic. I really don't. Enzo assist. Yeah, it was. Do you think Carney starts against Liverpool? No, probably not, in my opinion. I think he'll probably be on the bench, but again, it depends on people's fitness. It depends who comes in. It depends also on who potentially leaves the club as well. Humphreys going up, and yeah, Humphreys is going up in my opinion. He's had a brilliant pre-season, done really well. I suspect the club may look to loan him out, just because I don't know how many minutes he's really going to get at Chelsea this season, with Chalobah still at the club, Disasi, Colwell, Silva, and Badiashile as well. I just don't see where he gets enough minutes to help his development, in all honesty. So I suspect he'll probably go on loan, but a decent loan. Yep, agreed. Mudryk was a revelation for me when we played. Yeah, he was really good. What's the update for Kudus coming to Chelsea? There is no update, really. Personal terms have been virtually agreed for a while now. Ajax want a price of around £40 million, but Chelsea have put no bid in yet. This Chelsea team could still get worked in the real season. I haven't played the likes of Ollie Watkins and Mbuemo, etc. No, we haven't. But yeah, I think there's definitely room to be optimistic, guys, for the season ahead. Humphrey's definitely going up. Knowing all the Caicedo briefs tonight, don't be surprised if something develops tonight, potentially. Yeah, look, I think a championship loan would be good for Humphreys. He obviously went on loan last year to the German second division and Paderborn. So yeah, a top championship club would be, or a championship loan would be really good for him. It would be excellent for Bashir Humphreys. Yeah, look, somewhere where he's going to play regularly, that is at a better level than the German second division that he played last season. So let's wait and see on that one. And in terms of the Christopher Nkunku injury as well, there's no real update on that one, to be honest. There's been nothing said from the club. Pochettino said the doctors were checking it over, and there's been no update. And we're just hoping it's not too serious. He was on the pitch walking at full time and said he was okay. So we're probably going to be sweating over that one. We flew straight back last night, so there wouldn't have been any scans or any sort of assessment at all. So let's wait and see tomorrow, over the weekend, into next week, what does happen with with his injury. Well, look, again, potentially we might well do, but I don't know if that's going to be best served for Bashir Humphreys, Arsenal specialist in failure. Yep. If that's going to be best for Bashir Humphreys' development. But yeah, let's wait and see on that, guys. But ultimately, a really great preseason, successful on all fronts, bar the potential Nkunku injury. We look fit. It's a happy camp. Players are playing well. Players look confident. And, you know, we look ready for the season. Yes, maybe get a couple of 1 or 2 behind closed doors friendlies that Cobham arranged. Get the signings in before the game against Liverpool. But I think we're well set for the season ahead. And it's it's exciting. So, yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you for that preseason trophy. Our worst season in a long time, your best season in 20 years. 0 trophies for both of us. So, yeah, great job. You know, you definitely lost your bottle in a title race like you always do. Even a Prem loan yet? So, yeah, let's wait and see on that front. Yeah, but guys, I'm going to round this one out. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. It's been a great stream again, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for everyone's support of the channels. It's greatly appreciated. Please, on the way out, smash a like and please subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already, guys. It does massively help. One last favor from me on the way out. Click the link in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. There's going to be a giveaway at 5K for a Chelsea training top from the Fire range that has been released for this season. So please do subscribe if you haven't done so on the way out. Let's hope for some more positive transfer news tomorrow. I'll be back with the call-in show, guys, at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Your chance to call in and have your say on all things Chelsea. So don't miss that one. And yeah, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.